Welcome to the video, my precious princesses, my wonderful knights, and fabulous beings. Today, I will be reading a My Hero Academia fanfiction called Cuddles by AJ Wright 64. If you would like to read this story for yourself, I shall leave a link in the description below. What a day, I sighed, whilst practically dragging myself to the apartment door, fishing for my keys as I reached it. Being a hero is fun and all, but paperwork is not something I like to deal with, especially when I get home. The clack of the lock unlocking rang in my ears as I feebly pushed the door open. Inside was dimly lit, and I heard soft voices coming from the lounge room. Hawks must be there. I closed the door and continued to drag myself inside, thinking about the amount of paperwork I have yet to deal with, and that instead I am unable to spend the night with my boyfriend. "'Kay, I'm home," I began to say in a grumble, before I cut myself off upon entering the room. There he was, just on the lounge passed out, facing the TV. I had no words, just thoughts of wanting to cuddle up with him on the couch, being held in his embrace, his soft, strong wings wrapping around me as I drift off to snap out of it. I mentally scold myself, trudging over to the kitchen where I promptly drop my bag. I should start that paperwork soon. I breathe out as I pinch the bridge of my nose. I want so desperately to just take a break. I began walking back the way I came, heading for my study, but I can't help it. I stopped just before I turned to the hallway and looked towards the couch. Hawk still peacefully sleeping there. He looked so soft that I couldn't help myself. I huff and quietly walk towards him, stopping just in front of him, being sure not to bump his outstretched arm in case I wake him. He looked so damn peaceful. It annoyed me slightly. "You're so damn lucky," I whisper. He didn't move. Still, I sigh. "I won't bother you with my troubles." And with that, I gave him a quick peck on the forehead. "Sorry to keep you waiting." I leaned back up and headed for my work once more. "Then don't keep me waiting." Suddenly, I'm tugged backwards by my wrist. Losing my balance, I collapse in the direction I was being pulled in, where a strong pair of arms took me into an embrace. My head collided with the stern yet soft shoulder. Startled, I tried to push away, even though I knew full well who this was and what he was doing. Peering up, I was met with a smug smile and piercing yellow eyes watching me sharply. "Damn it, Keigo," I growled, trying further to pull away to no avail. "'Kay, I've got paperwork to do. Let me go already," I continued on. I was tired and irritated at the fact that I have work to do even at this ungodly hour. "No," he replied, holding me tighter, crushing me with his love. "Keigo, please." "No." "Keigo, come on." "Nope." "Kay." There was silence between us as I felt defeated by his strength and smile, practically putty in his hands. "Lay with me, please," he begged as he loosened his grip for me to wiggle into a more comfortable position on my side. "You did apologize for keeping me waiting." "Yes, and?" I reply with a small laugh. "Well then, don't keep me waiting for you, turtle dove," he said, instantly wrapping me in his wings. He then started peppering me with kisses, and I giggled and squirmed at his touch, and as his lips continued to dance upon my flushed cheeks. My protests washed away and turned to sweet requests for more love and affection. That was, until I got another grip on myself and our lovey-dovey situation we were in. Okay, I cooed, pushing his face away gently, his lips still puckered slightly. "Stop that. You know I can't take a break. Now, shushu." His eyes softened, and still keeping the puckered lips, he spoke. "But turtle dove, can't you leave it for tomorrow?" I sighed, and taking the opportunity, I wriggled out of his hold and jumped to my feet. "I can't," I said with a sad smile. "Unlike you, Mr. Number 2, I don't have a big fancy agency with people to do paperwork for me." He pouted. "I, instead, have a small agency, very few staff, and too much paperwork currently. I'd love to stay and cuddle, you know I would, but I just can't, Keigo." He looked sad as he propped himself up on his elbow. I sighed and stepped back, ready to head away. Just sleep, okay? You need sleep more than me. Suddenly, a giant feather blocks my path. I pinch the bridge of my nose again. I know that you're struggling right now, love. Keigo speaks kindly, walking over toward me. I can tell by his face he knows that I know what he's about to say. But you need to rest too. And my offer still stands. To combine agencies? I said, exhausted. Yes. Takami, you know we can't. But we can. It would help you with work, boost your approval ratings, and make our relationship public. Yes! Look, I know you want people to know about us and that you care about me a lot, Keigo, but I care for you too. As he stood in front of me, I lightly tapped his chest with my fingertips, pushing myself onto my heels, letting me rock on them. I don't want our relationship going public because I know it will affect your career more than mine. With that, I fell back onto the couch's armrest. You can't be seen with a lower-ranking hero. Even you would know it would have a bad impact on your status. I don't care about that, he insisted, walking closer to me. His hand brushed my hair over my ear, letting it trace my jaw, and then his hand rest, cupping my cheek. Sure, I'm number 2, and yes, you're still lower on the ranking charts, he admitted, his eyes never leaving mine. That's not helping, Kay, I said, gritting my teeth. There is a but, though, he reassured quickly. But I don't care about that. Let people think what they think. You matter as much to me as I do to you. He placed a firm kiss atop my head. So join me. Combine agencies. Never work again and spend every night cuddling with me on your lounge, just enjoying each other's company. I couldn't help it. I fell limp at his touch and ended up tumbling backwards onto the couch, with Keigo following after me, his hands placed on either side of me as his wings outstretched above defensively. Always so careful with me, wanting the best for me. I'm lucky to have you. I smiled tiredly, swiftly wrapping my arms around his neck, pulling him down, fully on top of me. He hesitated, but soon snaked his hands around me and held me close. Yes, I said suddenly. He tensed up for a split second before lifting back up to face me. Huh? He asked, and I huffed out once again. Yes, Keigo, I repeated with a small alteration. I'll merge agencies and allow you to make the relationship statement public. His smile. His goddamn smile. God, was it infectious, because I started smiling too as he hugged me tightly, his warmth encasing me as we just stayed there. Maybe paperwork can wait tonight.
Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed your time here, please be sure to like the video. If you would care to hear more, please consider subscribing. Farewell for now, my loves.